I didn't recognize that voice with the countdown. That was Nick. I was like, that's such a nice mellow sound for the countdown. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Bryce. Happy Friday, everybody. Woo! It's good to be back. I know. Brandon
Welcome back.
Hi, Brandon.
We heard you went a few places.
I probably would have stayed there my whole... I went to this place right here on my chest. It's not filling out as nice as NASA over here, but it's okay.
Those letters are like
I know.
Really.
N-A.
From here to eternity.
Exactly.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
very excited. It's kind of foreign to be up here for a minute. Not really.
So
I'm surrounded by
shirt
hotness.
Is foreign, I think.
Yes, it is. I have a little dust on it too. Maybe it's my dog's. No, I just got back from Paris. I was there
honeymoon.
So get this story real fast. Last night we were at a concert for my friend Amy Guess.
Okay.
And her guitar player played at our wedding in March, right?
Uh-huh.
So he came down off the stage after. I said, I just got back from my honeymoon. I got back from my honeymoon. He's like, you've been gone since March? I'm like, yes, that's it. Yes. I said, some people go on honeymoons for 6 months or however long that is. I don't know. Yes. So we did not go for that long. We had to come back from the wedding and start back to work things because I was busy. We were busy after March wedding. So this was the
restaurants.
It was very busy getting back
work.
from there. You know that work shit thing. But yeah, so Brandon is our fill-in, but also he is an extraordinary host.
I'm here.
You are here, bitch.
I'm here now.
I didn't realiase you were the fill-in.
He's more than a...
You did, though.
I'm sorry. I requested the A squad. So can I come back?
Thank you. That's my knee knocking.
That's in his rider.
That is like I'm only going to talk to Bryce.
Yeah, no, green M&Ms. And
yep.
That's why you were on the show 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. That's why.
No, the reason you weren't on the show 2 weeks ago is because
I wasn't here.
Well, no, you guys had
you were
rehearsal.
off getting that wonderful shirt.
I know I was.
You guys had rehearsal and you couldn't be here, but he was a little taken aback that he wasn't going to be here interviewing you.
I actually was. I was
Not
a little
kidding.
bit perturbed.
We were in the office.
Fine. You can have a live remote with Alice at the Red Rock or do something with Ann and the team, and I won't be here. Fine. That's okay. I did have pouting moments. It's okay. I'm allowed to have those moments.
So we took a photo.
Yes.
At Alice.
I heard about this photo.
Yes, and because he wasn't going to be here, so we have a photo of our hands together.
That's not your photo, but that's. But I want to. You can do it right now. Whatever camera you want to look at, you can probably do hands. We're going to probably have to do hands every now and then.
Let's do this one.
Oh my God,
See?
That's a big difference.
Told
there,
you,
Brandon.
Told you.
It's like infant hands.
I said last week we were going to etch your hand out in the table just so it can just always be like Ryan Kelsey.
I don't know if anyone saw, I had a moment where I was lacking some multitasking right there because as I was reaching this hand out, this one was stressed as well.
Well, because you don't know.
I want to do.
Yeah.
Because you don't know whether to go under. Like, are we going to ruin something?
I'm still figuring out my left and right. It's the whole thing's confusing.
Babe. That's okay. You're fine.
Oh, good.
We'll figure it out during the show. So, but while I was gone, you had quite a couple weeks of interviews and shows.
Yes, we had.
In fact, you ran into one of your interviews from last week here in the parking lot.
And I had
You thought she was on today?
I had a little weird moment.
Oh, no.
I saw last week we had Jacqueline McSpadden on, and she's wonderful. And it was actually I met her the night of Alice, which was
the 10th.
The 10th.
I had the 14th.
I wasn't even there, and I know the date of the thing.
Yeah,
that's all right.
And
I memorized it.
I pulled into the parking lot, and I see this girl behind me, and it's Jacqueline, and I was like, wait a minute, what week is this? Because I woke up to a really weird dream this morning, so my time is really off. And then when I saw Jacqueline in the parking lot, I was like, I'm on the wrong week. I think I should go back to bed.
People want to come back to the show.
And it was but it was really her though. She was here.
She was here.
She had to come pick up something from Andy, so she was literally here. But I had that moment in my car, like, am I really in my car? What
Brandon
is going
just likes
on?
to invite every guest on so that we have like a whole group of people here. I mean, normally, Ryan, there is a whole buttload of people here today. I think we just wanted to keep you all to ourselves. That's what it is. But normally, there is an audience out here.
I just like that it just took one parking lot encounter, like hello, to like derail Brandon to the point where he thought he was in Vanilla Sky and nothing's real. Yeah. Like that's how fragile it is.
You have to allude a little bit to your dream because.
But real quick, okay, so this is
what happened this morning in the makeup chair. Yeah,
I woke up, rolled over, turned off my alarm, and thought, that doesn't look like my alarm, because it was like an actual alarm. That's not my alarm ringer. Turned it off, rolled back over to sleep, woke up who knows how many hours later.
Yeah.
And woke up late to come here because I had not set my alarm for my phone. So it was all a dream. Then I saw Jacqueline in the parking lot.
Like, something's wrong.
So I do feel like I'm kind of in a reverse.
You're in a time warp.
Time warp today, yeah. So, welcome. We're glad you made it.
I'm glad to be here.
I had this issue this whole week coming back from the whole jet lag they say. But because I came home, I fell asleep right away when I got home, and I slept for basically 12 hours. But every day since then, I fall asleep in front of the TV like at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm like out. And then I'm up at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
It's a bitch.
For sure.
But you know what? My assistant, Andy will tell you, my assistant, I text her at like 7 o'clock one morning on Tuesday. I'm like, I'm ready to go to work. She's like, you're awake? And I'm like, yeah, I've been up for 2 hours. Let's go do this shit. I'm probably going to pass out by 5, but let's go get ready. Yeah.
Something about getting time back always messes me up. And like the way it works with the time zone, like flying into the U.S., like over Asia because you cross or over the Pacific from Asia because you cross the date line, or flying back from Europe. Like getting that time back messes me up. I'll be a mess for a week and a half. Flying out, totally fine.
Yeah,
I spent a month in Africa, and coming back was. Why is that funny?
We have laughter out there. This is what the show's going to be about.
But yeah, when I came back,
everyone's got a random on the show.
I was messed up so bad.
Sorry. I brought tissues.
It's a true story. He does have tissues.
It's for tears of joy. Go ahead. We're in Africa for a minute.
I think he meant he spent a month listening to Toto's Africa.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
I'm still in my hole right now. Jacqueline, my alarm clock, and Toto's Africa.
And Andy had to leave the room.
Am I here right now?
You are.
Okay.
Hi. And normally at the top of the show, we do the week of review. It's a long review. I want to get to most of our conversation, but we will talk a little bit about the week we had because I wanted to share some photos of France and of
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones we had on July 14th, which was the same day I was wearing this shirt. I wore it last week for Bastille Day in France. Oh, Chicks Drool.
The girls won. Mm-hmm. I heard the girls won.
You have left to right over here. Who's this in the lovely flag?
Michelle Johnson.
Michelle Johnson. We have Kelly Wright. I can't see her. Gower. Steph Sanchez. And then the boys' side. I didn't mean to skip over you there. Then we have who's holding the sign? Is that our guitar player / is it what's his name?
Charles?
No, is that your guy?
It might be Lance.
Is that Paul Johnson? Who's hiding back there shirtless? Or is that just a t-shirt under there?
Oh, that's Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
No.
Bob Torty, Crazy Enoch.
I can't see.
And who's this one with the beer? Wow.
Oh, and there's Robin. and
James Simpson.
Okay.
James, yeah.
What a crazy... I'm really sorry I missed this because I obviously heard... And that's a great photo.
Look at these posers.
Oh, he's crazy. I love him.
Paul covering his crazy new haircut with that fedora.
Oh,
wish we had
dude, his hair is so long.
I know.
You guys, so again, blew the roof off House of Blues. Over 1,500 people in the audience for that show. Yeah, and I have to admit, a lot of the shows. So Andy is in charge of our House Seats Presents shows at the office, and he picks a lot of albums. It's called the set list. So we're obviously doing great albums from start to finish.
I was at your very first set list.
Were you at the Alanis Morissette?
Uh-huh.
Oh, now I really. Hey. Oh, I got a hand. I got a hand.
Oh God. Oh no.
My hands are big. My hands are big.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. No, that was a great show. Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful show.
Because Alice was still at Vinyl at the time, so it just
It was and Anne was in it, and Anne killed it. Anne and Nikki and Sean Coey, who I just adore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so he picks albums, and it's funny. I don't know a lot of Rolling Stone songs, but once I hear it, then I'm like, oh, it's that.
We talked about this on the show last
all the
week
time
because a lot of the tracks, because I was supposed to do the Rolling Stones, a lot of the tracks, the listings of the names, I was like, I don't know what that is.
But
then when I got in and started listening, I was like, oh, I know that song. Like, it has nothing to do with any lyrics that are in the song.
And that's the thing. But that's the thing. Like, I think that when
except for this one, you know the words to this one.
I don't know this song at all. I've never heard this one in my entire life. But no, because to digress into part of my week, we went to a Coldplay concert in France, And I'd never been a Coldplay fan. I know songs, but by the time the concert was over, I knew every song that they played. I was like, are they playing their greatest hits, or do I just miss?
Because it's the same song over and over.
Because Brandon says it's the same song over and over. My personal thing, if you have photos of it, you can throw them up there while we're talking about it. But I've been, and I want to ask you this question, but I've never been to an arena concert where it's outdoor. Like, look at this.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my God, my goosebumps came back. Yeah. Everyone was wearing those light up wristbands that changed color. Everybody's color was different at one point too.
You and I did that at Nicki Minaj.
Oh my, look at me. Yeah. With Anaconda Don't. Okay. Anaconda Don't. A little different when you're swaying your... It's okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm having a moment. That's why my tissues are for, really. It was probably one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my entire life. Chris Martin, he's such a tiny little man on this stage, because this seats like this is one of those stadiums they use for World Cup, you know. Okay. So it's outdoor, it's for football, soccer, whatever, and it was probably about 75,000 people there.
I wonder if you ever, we're all performers. We've all performed in this and that. I wonder if you ever get immune to seeing that. You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Like with Rock of Ages, we would pass out those little, LED lighter things. Yeah. And sometimes especially when it got to like Don't Stop Believing at the end and like the whole, but that, it's compounded by like 100 times.
I'm going to say this is probably what will make you cry. I'm going to say this the way I feel about this moment, why I took that camera to every angle, because I've been to a lot of concerts in Vegas and whatnot, but the difference in this audience is that this is the entire country of France coming to this concert. Yeah. They were there for 3 nights. This arena is just like 20 minutes outside of Paris. So the entire country and a few other people from other countries came to this one night. And that's where you're like, the entire country is bonded together under one mission. And that's where you're like, you can go to a T-Mobile concert and you can go and see friends, from Vegas, and it's fun. But I've never been to a concert where you feel like the entire country is all wrapped together in one moment. That's why I was crying. I'm going to cry right now.
Oh,
I know. My husband and I both cried the entire concert because I saw Coldplay. I worked the Grammys years and years and years ago, and they were rehearsing in the Staples Center, and no one else was in the arena, and they were playing ticking clocks, and they were rehearsing it, and I was who are these people? I'm crying and my ears are falling off here. And you just walked into this arena and it's empty, and you just hear them playing that piano part that just is amazing. But in this crowd, and I again, no preconceived notion. We bought our tickets like the night before. Like my sister was there with her whole posse, and I wasn't. We weren't even sure we were going to go. Yeah, the Mormon posse, the Tabernacle,
the Tabby of Momos.
Yeah. They were all like 6 of them getting happy in their chairs. Yeah. But we bought our tickets the night before, and it was funny because we went to France and we chose Paris because my sister was there with her kids and other people, and we kind of like threw ourselves into part of their itinerary. And I saw Coldplay on their list. It was our last night in Paris, and it was a Sunday night. And I think 2 nights before that, we're in this little cafe. Jay and I are in this cafe, and this couple behind us in the cafe is like, "Do you guys speak English? Are you American?" We're like, "Oh yeah," and they were from the UK. She's like, "Are you going to the Coldplay concert?" We're like, I don't know. They were there for that. They were going Saturday night. We were going to plan on going Sunday, and so like, you guys need to go. We came from the UK just to go to this Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
So cool. That's the kind of thing. So if you have a chance, go on the website, find out where they're touring, and hit a show. I mean, they were here at T-Mobile, right? That's where they played here. Uh-huh. But get a chance to see a show, and that's what I wanted to ask you guys, because that's in my now top 5 of concerts I've ever seen. Like I have Justin Timberlake 2020 tour, or that
I've heard so many people.
Tina Turner's tour, her 24/7 tour was, I think, Pink's last tour. Mm-hmm. U2 I saw at Sam Boyd Stadium once, and their stage was insane. And I would say Coldplay now knocked whoever was number 5. Maybe that was Miley Cyrus. I don't know. Wow. Out of the top. Yeah, when she slides down the tongue, it was great. What was your what is a famous concert or memorable concert you had where you just remember, God, I wish people could just be here with me right now in this moment?
A few come to mind. For sure, the first year of Life is Beautiful was a game changer. It's for me, it's kind of drifted off a little bit since then. But that first year was amazing.
They had a killer lineup.
Yeah. I'm also like I'm a rock and roll and hard rock guy. I did see let's see, who was it? I'm trying to think who was with him. Like Metallica live was game changing.
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold live was game changing.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually seeing the two of them together at the end of the month at the LA Coliseum.
See?
I'm stoked for
And
that.
that's
There
the
we go.
thing. Like, those are the kind of, when you think about the concert's legendary moments, those are what bind people together.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it was? The other one I was thinking was like it was a little later in life for both of them, but I knew it was going to be kind of a last hurrah. Was I want to say like 6-7 years ago, Kiss and Aerosmith did a tour. And it was kind of the last time that those groups were like really together in a meaningful way, and they were I saw them at Mandalay.
Yeah,
that
nice.
was amazing.
We're just getting all kinds of tunes today.
I know. It's as random as we are today. And what about you, Brandon? What's I mean, you've seen so many
ironically,
concerts. You've been in the
concerts. It was a couple of weeks ago. Huh? Yeah, it was Alice. No, I saw Queen.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is a personal thing for me, but I saw Queen with Adam Lambert. We were talking about with Scott a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
He was fortunate enough to see Freddie with them. I thought Adam was a really great. Adam's great to be Freddie's fill-in.
Channeled that.
His B-side. But it was great. The production was great, and again, it's just kind of a personal.
Yeah.
Well, I've had several friends that went to that concert, and I've heard nothing but amazing things.
Yeah.
It's amazing how the music that speaks to you, and everybody knows every word. Like as I said, the Coldplay music, I didn't know the words, but all of a sudden they just started coming to me.
That's the thing.
As I'm there, and even people. The difference is we went to a Celine Dion concert also in Paris. We took my niece to a Celine Dion concert earlier in the week when we were there, and she has a lot of French albums she came out with, and so she spoke the entire concert in French, which was kind of nice because sometimes when she speaks in English, she gets kind of like keeps talking. But again, same thing. Audience there. This was in an inside arena, but everybody there knew all the French words and sang along. It had goosebumps again. Like they just sing right along with you. And there's something about that when you're in that realm where just everything in your life just washes away, and any language barrier. I have no idea what she's saying. Yeah. I know some words a little bit, but everybody
when they're
there
sung,
just connected.
it's harder to to distinguish and hear.
Yeah. And then she spoke, and then she sang English in the end. She did "My Heart Will Go On" and some other songs she's famous for, and they were singing in English right along with it. So obviously that's the universal language. And the difference, I'll wrap up, France. The difference is that I went in 1999 for the first time when I went by myself, and I think that was almost 20 years ago. We didn't have the internet really then, so they didn't really speak English, and they didn't really know all the English crazy stuff because we didn't have all that. Now, fast forward, everyone speaks English. Everybody's really. I thought everyone was friendly there when I went the first time. People always say, "Oh, the French are so mean." I'm like, I thought they were nice, but now they obviously definitely connect with you on a different level because they have a lot of that American. Yeah, there's Jason having escargot for the first time.
I love escargot.
I did post a lot. I did go out there and try to post. That was actually from our rooftop from our apartment we stayed in. So it was right over the Eiffel Tower the whole time. Unfortunately, we didn't. Yes, I know, right? We didn't discover our rooftop deck until like the last few days of our trip because went to the Moulin Rouge.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean for this show to be all about me. Hello. We want to talk about Ryan.
No, well, actually, I'll tell you. Me and my sister, who was on
Laura Kelsey
a few weeks ago, her and I did a big European trip last year, and she has a friend that she did Jubilee with that has been in the Moulin for 5
nice
years. So that was we were just going to do Greece and Italy, and then I found out 2 dear friends of mine in England were pregnant and they were going to have a baby, so I wanted to stop by and see them. She's like, hey, on the way to England, can we do one night in Paris?
It's so easy and cheap to travel in Europe.
Like
sure.
Once you're there,
easy.
It was kind of like it was the
Ryanair.
Only if you're going to
Kelsey Airlines.
No, but we stayed like right, like if the road that actually just tees into the Moulin. Like we found an Airbnb for like $60.
Yeah,
we stayed there and just met her friend, saw the show, and had a great time.
So cool.
And it's funny going back to what you were talking about.
Yeah,
she had heard the same warnings. Like the French are rude, this and that. And I was like, listen. Yeah. If you walk in and just don't be the American asshole.
Yes.
Well, if you walk in with a little bit, like, just know, even if you don't know any French, you can be like, I'm sorry, I'm speaking English. If you just start with that and just come in humble, like, I know I'm in your country. I just, any kind of help you can give.
Exactly.
They're
That's exactly what they do,
Yeah, but they're like us. If you walk in, like, brazen, like, with your language in their country, they tell you to piss off, and kind of rightfully so.
And it's embarrassing. And that's the one thing I told Jay is it's embarrassing when you see the Americans like that, because we had stayed in an apartment the entire time. The last night we had to stay in a hotel because the apartment was given up, which was nice because this had air conditioning. It was nice and cute. And we're in the lobby, and it's a tiny little boutique hotel. And this woman comes out. It's like maybe like 6 o'clock in the morning. Comes out. Who's in charge of the mini bar? And and their front desk was a desk, like me sitting across from the poor guy. And he's like, well, that's me, ma'am. We need more Diet Cokes. I was like, first of all, honey, they're called Coke Light over here. They're not filled with all the shit that Diet Coke has in it. But that was when I was like, this is America. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But no, yeah, when you walk into a boulangerie and place, you're like, bonjour. And they love that you at least attempt.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
That's the thing. You just have to try. And if you try... this is a whole other show. Like, I used to be a tour guide in Europe, and I would just want to pull
the randoms that come out again. I was a tour guide.
I do have a lot of randoms, but I would just want to be like this sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Like you hide from the Americans,
and I don't want to say. I don't want to say
so
it's
loud
just
and they're so obnoxious, and like I'm not that person. And to top it off, for the Republicans in the room, Trump was there for the 2 days of Bastille Day. It was like high security. So our apartment is obviously, you see where it was.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get back to our apartment without like showing our
there
key.
He is.
Yeah, hi. There's every French person was so unhappy that he was there. I'm like, your president sucks. I said, I know. The whole world knows this. It's fine. Ryan Kelsey.
Hi. That's speaking
this
of
photo.
The
is this her birthday?
No,
that you popped out of this cake.
No,
or
this is
random?
totally.
What a way to start off his segment. By the way,
He pops out of nowhere.
This is Vegas at its finest. This is a completely random gig. A company had not CEO
real right there. Is that real? It's so hot in here. I can't tell. I'm like, I have to see if that's real.
Get your
Kleenex.
It was a DVD hired us. Some manager was turning 50, and they wanted a dude to pop out of a cake and a showgirl. So they called me and my sister.
That's what I want for my birthday.
And we're just walking. She's walking around in her underwear, and I'm just don't have a shirt.
Laura. I think Laura told this. I think Laura told this story actually when she was on here. Yeah.
There we go.
This is a life-changing show,
I'm
too.
so tired in that photo.
That's right. No one can tell.
Exhausted.
You guys have we've seen the progression of the show from Hard Rock to Brooklyn Bowl to now I didn't see it at Red Rock, but I know you're gonna have a standing gig there once a month now.
That's right.
The second Mondays of the month.
Yeah, we
at the Rocks Lounge at Red Rock. We want to make sure everybody knows.
For
so
sure.
They can buy tickets.
And that's a bit of an odd thing. The second Monday. That's only because of Monday Stark. Mm-hmm. We have such a local following, and we like what Mark does, and all that. Yeah. So we didn't want to tread on anything. Yeah. Although he did move his show last week because he wanted to party on the 4th of July.
It's okay.
Mark.
Everybody wants to do it.
No, but that's why.
Yeah.
So Mondays are a great day for entertainment. Again, Mondays because so many people are off shows. So that's why we chose that day. We didn't want to step on his crowd. We want people to be able to support both.
I have to say, from following you guys on Instagram, and I've followed Ann for a long time, and the photographers who shot most of your promo shots, it's amazing to see the costuming and the care that's given to the show. And I'm happy that Red Rock and Station Casinos has brought you guys into the fold to do this show, because this is an amazing, organically built show for Vegas that you guys have just killed it. You have killed it. And Laura, as we talk about your sister and her amazing talent, I swear on my life.
You should see the finale of this the show.
Yeah.
Go on Monday.
It's going to be, so it's coming up again.
Monday the 14th.
August the 14th. Okay. We're here. We're not anywhere else, and we can't imagine being anywhere else. You're also in Chippendales.
Yes.
So you are there with Mr. Tyson Beckford. My husband. I should know this. My husband just shot the Vegas magazine cover.
Oh, right on.
He was the stylist for the magazine.
No kidding.
He styled them in all the clothes.
Awesome. Yeah,
Tyson's awesome.
Had the little promo for that at Red Rock, which was cool to celebrate that cover. No, Tyson. He's not that I've met a ton of celebrities, but up there with the coolest ones I've ever met for sure.
He seems very down to earth and very. I know Jay was saying he's very healthy. He's eaten very healthy his whole life, and he's
what up, Tyson?
Oh, there he is. Hey.
Well, and isn't he like just inviting you guys over to his house? And
for sure.
Got his numbers.
So
and stuff?
I mean, everything from, first of all, like on the show front, we've never had a guest host like Tyson.
Yeah.
who would just completely be a Chippendale if he wasn't famous.
Yeah.
Anyway, he just has the right demeanor, obviously the look, but like the right demeanor. He loves it. He has fun. He's great on stage. He's a great mover. He's a charismatic host.
And he has a good body for. I mean, he's like 40 something, right? Is he in his 40s?
No, he is. He's late 40s. I just can't remember where.
Yeah, he's pretty
my
amazing.
Replacement. You know that.
So this is, and we talked about this. This is so you've had Ian Ziering, and
we had Niall DeMarco.
How long have you been in the show for?
I've been 3.5 years.
Okay.
So
Antonio
Sabato Jr. Yeah, he was in there.
We for our buddy over there, we had him just before he gave that rousing speech at the RNC.
That's right.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's right. We all hate him now. Fuckery.
Bryce is like, but I'll still look at his underwear ads.
It's over for me. It's done. Finished.
You're broken up.
We're finished. Actually, my sister had a poster of him when we were kids. That's right. My Tab Mo sister, had a picture of him in her room.
I like it. It's going to stick.
It's okay. I think she had one of Tyson Beckford though too, so it's fine.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, it's fine. She is redeemed.
No, but yeah, Tyson is he's awesome. I mean, he literally I'm trying to launch an acoustic duet right now too with Crystal Goddard.
Okay.
And I mean, we played the Artifice. It's this great little dive bar. It's a little dive bar.
Yeah. Right by my house.
He showed up and brought 2 friends and like watched my entire set. Like he had no business being there.
Yeah.
He just is a nice person.
That's
awesome.
What I mean?
Yeah. And again, he has a place at the Palms is where he stays. Is staying this time.
Yeah.
And he has the guys over all the time. He runs out. He'll get us a table at access and make sure like, hey, come on guys, like make sure you're drinking my bottle. Come in. Like he's so inclusive.
Yeah.
He's so fun to be around. He's in the Flirt Lounge with us.
Yeah.
We
when you guys come out after the show and take photos with everybody.
Absolutely. He's there.
Yeah.
He's usually one of the last ones there with us. Like
when are we going to the show?
Whenever you want.
Whenever you want.
We're 7 days a week.
I only have a photo. I have a photo from years ago when I worked at Blue Man Group that I'm laying across all the Thunder from Down Under guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a Polaroid. So clearly we can see how old that was.
Oh, wow.
Shut up.
Did they sign the bottom white part? Yes. There's like 12 signatures on this little bitty white strip at the bottom.
I meant to bring this. at the Moulin Rouge. We took a photo with everybody, and when they bring your photo back, they put my picture on a matchbook as a surprise to me.
Ooh, that's cool.
Because I was the one paying for the photo, so they put my picture on a matchbook. It's like, here's your present. I'm like, oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh, hey.
This is at the Flamingo.
The Rio.
I knew that. The Rio.
We just celebrated.
You have the boutique in the Rio. Yeah.
Yeah, we just celebrated 15 years at the Rio.
Yeah.
But you started out as and we have to distinguish here. You started out as a dancer in the show, correct?
Yes.
And then you went to one of the leads, is what they call them.
Yes. So what kind of happened was that was definitely my journey. At the same time, they've wanted to just. We've been updating the show pretty much every year for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah,
that's why it's going to be great for us to go back because it's
all new,
very new.
It's new. That's why.
So yeah, the
it isn't the big hands or just the idea of a photo op at the end. I don't need a photo with Tyson. I just want a photo with Ryan.
See, there you go.
That's
Everyone
fine.
else, get out.
Get out of the photo.
No, but I lost my thread. What were we talking about?
Updating the show.
Updating the show.
Oh, you shaved his arms.
Yeah, I have to.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, just with the kind of change in time, change in styles and what women and men find appealing.
Yeah.
In the 90s it was like just the roided out bodybuilder, and that's what the show represented. With the kind of like growth of things like CrossFit and yoga and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But also shows like So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, like the more athletic body versus hulked out body is more in than ever.
Exactly.
So what's happened is over the last few years they've expanded the dancer roles and they've blended them more than ever. So
that's cool. That's cool.
As opposed to say 5 years ago where there was like 8 big guys and 2 guys, just little guys, just sweating it out and dancing their asses off. We have 2 dancer tracks, but we usually have 3 or 4 dancers on staff, and we'll kind of rotate out of the dancer roles, and two of those guys will usually be in with the big guys, and it's all sort of blended. So I'm kind of the tweener. Right now, I'll cover.
I've seen him.
He's a tweener.
Yeah, I cover.
It's, it's refreshing to see.
Yeah, and especially
a
now
normal body.
Well, but beautiful, but normal. Not.
I do CrossFit.
But especially with 53 Expos, we grabbed Kyle and Okewa too, and they're similar builds, and it's cool. There's just a nice balance in the show. A couple of big guys, a couple of like lean athletic guys, Dimitri Blizzard. And then a few guys in the middle. So it's we got a really good blend right now.
And you're every night at the Rio?
7 nights a week.
7 nights a week. So obviously, you can see Ryan there, or you can see Ryan on the 14th of August at the Red Rock.
And Alice.
At Alice.
10 p.m.
With
9 p.m.
Martinez. Doors. I love that show. I love everything about
You got to come see. We've made a bunch of changes.
Yeah, we're going to come see it. I'm going to give one last plug because I know over here, Mr. Producer is traveling, and I may let him borrow my... So these are the best invention for travel I've ever experienced. I went into Best Buy because I'm like, I just need some new headphones for traveling. If you've ever used these before, they're wireless headphones with noise cancellation. So when you put them on, you cannot hear. Poor Jay couldn't hear me, but you cannot hear the airplane noise at all. And all you hear is you can hear the movie clearly or your music clearly. But if you tap on the right side, you can talk to this airline stewardess because it cancels out, so you can hear her ask you if you want anything, and then you can go back and not take them off.
What?
Yeah, it's called noise canceling. They're $329. These are the best investment I've ever made on an airline because I fell asleep listening to, I think I fell asleep to listening to like some Puccini opera, but you could not hear anything at all.
He had one of those bougie seats that laid all the way back.
I did on the way there. On the way home, we did not get those. That's okay.
That's why
rough
he fell
flight
asleep.
home. Happy Friday, NASA. I'm a big fan of NASA. Rockets. Here you go. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Cheers.